Hey everybody, welcome to Brainiac Baseball's 1983 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Texas Rangers and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for the Rangers today is Bryn Smith, whose record is 11-11 with a 4.36 ERA. And pitching for the Tigers today is Jack Morris, whose record is 17-9 with a 4.06 ERA. And so we won the first game of the series against the Rangers yesterday. Big blast coming from George Brett, a 3-run shot that gave us enough for the victory. We held on to it. I really felt like late in the game we were going to get overrun by bringing in some of our lesser-known bullpen guys, but we got the job done, and we move on to Game 2 of the series. Taking a look at the standings real quick here. There's the National League. We are still 5 games back with 11 to go. And so, we're coming down to the bitter end. I feel like maybe, the game might make it close. I mean, maybe they'll bring us within a game, make us think we've got a shot. It's tough having 89 wins. The second most in all of baseball by far, well, at least compared to the National League, because Boston does have 87, and yet we're not likely going to make the playoffs. So we are playing for stats at this point, and a couple of those things are involved in today's game, with Jack Morris looking for a career-high 18th victory, and he's also well within reach of having a career-high in strikeouts. So let's get started with today's game. As always, I appreciate everyone following along, like or subscribe to the channel. Jack Morris, only 37 plate appearances against the current Rangers lineup, where they're batting .313 with a 405 on-base percentage. That's rough. All of the bullpen is available today. We are in the midst of a 4-man rotation, so there will not be a 5th starter. After Dave Roseman's start yesterday, we are going right to Jack Morris. And we are facing former teammate Bryn Smith. So he is a righty. We have our lineup in there versus righties. There was one really great update, and that is Jesse Barfield is now league average in center field defensively, and why wouldn't we put him in there? He's not performed well offensively for us, but he's got a lot of power. And now that he can play center field, why would we go with Eddie Miller or Kevin Bass? So let's give Barfield as many opportunities in these last 10 or 11 games to play center field for us. Because we do have Chet Lemon once we get back to next year. And maybe Jesse Barfield could be our 4th outfielder because he can play all 3 defensive positions. So, okay, let's take a look at the Rangers lineup rundown for today's ball game. Looks like the same as yesterday. Batting leadoff, playing shortstop is Odie Davis. Batting second and DHing is Terry Bogener. Batting third in right field is Mel Hall. Batting cleanup, playing first base is Pete O'Brien. Batting 5th in left field is Tom Dunbar. Batting 6th, playing third base is Tucker Ashford. Batting 7th and catching is Greg Mahlberg. Batting 8th at second base is Bump Wills. And batting 9th in center field is Billy Sample. Okay, let's take a look at Jack Morris. As I mentioned, he's going for his 18th victory. That would be a career high. Also, he is within 9 strikeouts of a career high in Ks, so that's interesting. He did have a career high in walks last year, and I think it's a good possibility with 2 more starts after today that he'll get past that. Also, a career high in home runs given up. Maybe get a career high in innings pitched. So, yeah, there's a lot of good and bad with today's start for Jack Morris, perhaps. You pretty much already know the rest of his stuff. Let's take a look at his log. There we go. He is coming off a victory against Minnesota, where he went 7 1/3 innings, giving up 3 hits and 3 walks, only 1 earned run with 3 Ks. So a decent performance from Morris. Maybe we get a little bit more of that today. Let's take a look at the Tigers' defense. We've got, as I mentioned, Jesse Barfield out there in center field. So not as good as Bass or Miller, but I think offensively we could expect more from him than we would those two guys. So we'll see how that goes for us today. Here is Odie Davis leading off against Jack Morris. And there it is in the gap into center field already. Taking advantage of a defensive liability. Davis has his 37th double of the season. All right, so runner in scoring position for Terry Bogener. Bogener, 173 hitter with no home runs. Striking out on a pitch that was a foot outside. There's one down. Here is Mel Hall. This is the group of 4 lefties here that put up some runs yesterday against the Tigers. Ground ball to short. Trammell holds the runner, gets Hall at first. 2 outs as Pete O'Brien steps in. O'Brien, he is... I thought he was... I don't know why. I think the last time we played the Rangers, I thought he was a rookie this year, but he is not. My bad. And there's a ground ball to third. George Brett made an error yesterday, and he makes that play smoothly. So we go to the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the Tigers lineup rundown for today's ball game. Batting leadoff, playing second base is Sweet Whitaker. Batting second at first base is Greg Brock. Batting third and DHing is Mickey Hatcher. Batting cleanup playing third base is George Brett. Batting fifth in right field is Glenn Wilson. Batting sixth in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting seventh in center field is Jesse Barfield. Batting eighth and catching is Terry Kennedy. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, is Alan Trammell. Let's take a look at Bryn Smith. As you can see, we traded for him back in '81, and we gave him a rotation spot in '82, and he was absolutely horrible. We were able to dump him off on the Rangers, and he hasn't pitched well until this year, where he's 11-11 with a 4.36 ERA, 91 Ks in 194 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .282 against him, 3 complete games. His fastball tops out at 89 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 48.4%. He's got 5 different pitches, but only one is any good. That's the palm ball. Overall rated an 81, the 28-year-old variety does go to arbitration at the end of the season. Take a look at his log. He has not faced Detroit this year, and in fact, he has lost 3 in a row, losing to Baltimore twice and Toronto at home. So not a good stretch here for Bryn Smith. Let's see if our offense can take advantage of that. Taking a look at the defense for the Rangers, Billy Sample, definitely a defensive liability in center field. Everybody else looks pretty solid. Here is Sweet Lou leading off against Bryn Smith. Lou, there we go. He goes deep to lead off the ball game. His 24th home run on the season. And it's 1-0 Detroit. Lou jumping on Bryn Smith. First pitch. Depositing it Apotaco. Here is Greg Brock now. And a base hit into right field. So back-to-back base runners against Bryn Smith. That's a good way to start off the ball game. So Brock's on first. Here's Mickey Hatcher. Hatcher needs 10 RBI in the last 11 games to get to 100, which is just unbelievable. Ground ball to shortstop. And an error on the shortstop. Oh, man, the route is on, I have a feeling. As we're moguling ourselves into position to score a couple more runs. Hatcher on second, Brock on third, and George Brett at the plate. He hit his 17th home run of the season yesterday. There's a ground ball to short. Brock will score. Hatcher holds at second. We give Brett an RBI for that. And it's 2-0 Detroit. Here's our other RBI guide. All three of these batters are 3, 4, and 5 hitters. All have at least 86 RBI on the season. Let's see if Glenn Wilson can add to his total. Oh, another ground ball to short. So shortstop the hot spot. Hatcher has to hold again. Oh, that's the second out. I think I called that Brett ground out the second out, but it just wasn't true. 2 down. Here's Gibby. Gibby 3-1 count, and he walks. All this damage, only 14 pitches so far for Bryn Smith. So Tigers are swinging early in the count. Gibby walks. He's on first. Here's Jesse Barfield. Let's see if Barfield can produce for us offensively. Striking out looking. That's exactly what Kevin Bass would have done. We go to the top of the second inning. Tigers are up 2. And Tom Dunbar leading off against Jack Morris. And there's the base hit to left for Dunbar. He's got some decent speed. Will he be going with Tucker Ashford up? Ashford, I don't know how this guy's getting every day at bats. Overall rated a 77. And his OPS is 618. The Rangers don't have anyone better in the minors. There's a ground ball to first. Can we turn 2? It is a double play. Good job by Brock. Starting the pivot there. So the bases are clear now as Greg Mahlberg steps in. Mahlberg, a sub-200 batter, strikes out. That's the second K for Morris. We're going to the bottom of the second inning with Terry Kennedy leading off. Kennedy, Trammell, and Sweetlou. Kennedy walks to lead off the inning. Second walk by Bryn Smith. This is exactly why Bryn Smith was of no use to us. Trammell next man up. A pass ball by Mahlberg allows Kennedy to advance. So runner in scoring position now for Trammell. 1-2 count, and he strikes out looking. Come on, man. Trammell's, he's such a solid hitter for us, but we do have him in the number 9 spot. I'm trying to go with the lefty, righty, lefty kind of thing. So far it's working today. And a walk to Whitaker. So it's the walk, strikeout, walk combo. Will a strikeout be coming? Here's Greg Brock, first and second now, with 1 out. Yep. Oh, nope. Fly ball to center field. I thought for sure that was going to go strikeout with the 0-2 count. No, we don't need to get thrown out third. When we've got Mickey Hatcher coming up. Hatcher 2 for 4 in his career versus Bryn Smith. And a ground ball almost gets through into center field as Bump Wills makes the play. So we strand at 2 runners. We go to the top of the third inning. Tigers are up a pair. Here is a Bump Wills leading off. Striking out, 3 Ks for Morris. He's got 149 on the season. 1 down, and the walk. Walking the number 9 hitter, never a good idea. Bill Sample, pretty decent speed. This team just does not steal or hit home runs, nor do they get hits and back-to-back walks. So, all right, well, this feels ominous. We're going to pull the outfield in with only 1 out. Left-hander Terry Bogener up. And a base hit down the line. So that'll score 1, maybe 2. Nope. Davis holds it third. RBI for Bogener. Only a single, even with that 94 speed. So maybe having the outfield in was handy in that situation. We got to pull the infield in now. We don't want to tie the game up if we can prevent it here. Mel Hall at the plate. Morris strikes out Hall for number 2, out number 2 of the inning, 4th K overall, 150th on the season. And that will bring up Pete O'Brien. We'll play straight away now for O'Brien. He's the cleanup hitter. First pitch swinging, and Whitaker makes the play. So we do prevent the game from being tied at least. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. 2-1 now. Here's George Brett leading off. And Brett rips it into right. Caught by the right fielder. Mel Hall. Gosh, I couldn't think of who it was. 1 down. Next man up is Glenn Wilson. Another tricky line drive. Bill Sample makes the catch. 2 quick outs for Bryn Smith. And Gibby gets jammed inside. Caught into shallow right field. So we go to the top of the 4th inning. Morris up to 50 pitches right now. Tom Dunbar leading off. Wow, another strikeout on a pitch that's up and outside by quite a bit. 5 Ks for Morris. He might get his record today. Well, he just needs 4 more to tie. If he can last that long with already the high pitch count. Striking out Ashford. Okay, well, I like where this is heading. 6 Ks for Morris. Let's strike out the side. Oh, I was getting greedy as Mahlberg flips it into right field. That was a 10-pitch at bat, though. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Okay, here's Jesse Barfield leading off. Barfield struck out first time up. I almost feel like Jesse Barfield might be a 3 true outcome guy as he flies out to center field. There's 1 down. Bryn Smith settling in now. A comebacker from Kennedy. Smith tosses him out at first. 2 down for Trammell. And Trammell flips it into left center field. Is that going to fall in? No, it hangs up just long enough to be caught by the left fielder Dunbar. So another 1-2-3 inning for Bryn Smith. We go to the top of the 5th inning with Bump Wills leading off. 3-1 count. Wills swinging away. Fly ball to center that Barfield grabs. 1 down. That'll bring up Billy Sample. Sample line drive into center. Continuous testing of Barfield. 2 quick outs. Odie Davis up. Skies it straight up on the infield. Carrying out to Whitaker, who makes the grab. Nicely done. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Tigers haven't really put much together since the 1st. Back to the top of the lineup with Lou. Lou's gone deep once already today. Walked his other time up, and he flies out to right for out number 1. Here's Greg Brock, and Brock popping it up. Tigers do only have 2 hits so far today to go with the 3 walks by Smith. And Hatcher strikes out. Wow, what a turnaround for Bryn Smith. I don't think, early on I didn't think he was going to get to the 5th inning, but looking pretty good. And actually Morris's pitch count is higher than Bryn Smith's right now. And we've got the lefties coming up. This is the tricky part of the lineup. I mean, these guys are not great hitters. So I guess we have to let Morris give it a go. Terry Bogener leading off. Bogener batting 156 as a lefty versus right-handers. Morris strikes him out for K number 7. 1 down. Here is Mel Hall. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout today. Hall pops it up on the infield. Trammell makes the catch. 2 down for Pete O'Brien. Morris at 92 pitches as he gets through the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom half of the inning. We've got Brett, Wilson, and Gibson due up. Whitaker, Brett, and Gibby were all listed as tired before today's game. So, as I mentioned before, as long as we're still in it, everybody plays. George Brett leading off the inning, flying out to the left. Again, Tigers only have 2 hits. That's kind of a major turnaround. Where did things go wrong for us in this game with the momentum? Was it not scoring when we had the opportunity in the second inning? Glenn Wilson walks. That is something you don't see very often. That is only his 21st walk on the season. Shows in his on-base percentage. It's only .312 overall. Okay, we're going to let Gibby take a cut here. He strikes out. Come on. What is going on here? 4th K for Bryn Smith. There's the old walk strikeout back-to-back. Keeping the ratio close. Runner on first. 2 down for Jesse Barfield. Done nothing for us today. Continues to do nothing. 5 Ks for Bryn Smith. We go to the top of the 7th inning. 2-1 Detroit. I think this will probably be Morris's last inning if he can get through it. Here is, you know what? Barfield's already batted, so offensively he's not helping us out. We're going to bring in Eddie Miller defensively. We got to make sure that no fly balls get past the center fielder. Tom Dunbar leading off against Jack Morris, and a 3-1 count. I thought it was a guaranteed walk to lead off the inning. Instead, it's just a ground ball to Trammell. 1 out. Here is Tucker Ashford, a comebacker to Morris. 2 down. Greg Mahlberg, 0 for 2 today. And he strikes out. 8 Ks for Morris. Do we have to bring him out to try to get the record? Let's look at the pitching stats. I wish there was more pitching stats here than just that for the game. He needs 1 more strikeout to tie a career high. I don't think it's worth it. He's going to get 2 more starts. Unless he gets injured after this game or something, which would be, that would not surprise me. Okay, here we go. Bryn Smith at 90 pitches. Bottom of the 7th inning. And Terry Kennedy leading off. Kennedy striking out. Bryn Smith, wow. He has been absolutely amazing. Here's Alan Trammell. Ground ball that gets past the third baseman Ashford for a hit. Trammell, will he get 2 out of it? He does. Trammell hustling into second base on his own for his 17th double of the season. We could really use an insurance run here. And I do believe that is the first Tigers hit since the 2nd inning. Okay, Lou. We need a big hit here from Lou. Not an RBI guy. Ground ball to first. At the very least, that gets Trammell over for Brock. Brock has one of the... No, I guess those hits were both in the 1st inning, right? Because Whitaker had the home run and then Brock had the single. And then Trammell's hit this inning. So, yeah, Smith really shut us down. Runner on third, 2 down. Here's Greg Brock. This is a big at-bat. And a base hit to right field. There we go. Trammell scores. Brock holds it first. It's 3-1 Detroit. We need Hatcher to do something big for us here now. Hatcher 0 for 3 today with a strikeout and a ground ball to short. Okay. We go to the top of the 8th inning. We got the insurance run. I think we do take out Morris. I know. But you know what? He's got a 2-run lead, and our bullpen is probably the best in baseball. So, we're going to bring in Dave Smith. We are really working Dave Smith this year. He has the most relief innings pitched for any Tiger everyday reliever anyway. And you see his numbers here. Take a look at his log. He did give up a run on 2 hits in his last appearance, but overall it's a 1.74 ERA in his last 20 games. So we get him back out there after giving up that run. Here is Bump Wills, batting .241 versus right-handers. He's a switch hitter, and he taps it right back to Smith, who tosses him out. There's 1 down. Next man up, Billy Sample, 0 for 1 with a walk today. Sample hits a fly ball out to Gibby. Out number 2. Gibby leads the team with 5 defensive assists out there in the outfield. He's got 5, and 4 from Glenn Wilson, and Chet Lemon had 4 before he got injured. So I like that. I like when Lemon gets back out there, our outfield is going to be pretty good defensively. Here's Odie, and Odie strikes out, so a nice 1-2-3 inning for Dave Smith. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. They're going to bring in a left-hander, Mark Mercer. We saw him yesterday. Pretty damn good pitcher for a guy that I'd never heard of before. Putting up good numbers every year in our sim. This guy probably should be their closer, although he is a left-hander. And he goes to arbitration at the end of the year. So here is George Brett. Brett's never had a hit off of Mercer. Fly ball to right. There's out number 1. That will bring up Glenn Wilson. Wilson, Big Willie style down the right field line. That'll be a double for Wilson. Nicely done. His 21st double of the season. I'd have to check, but I think Glenn Wilson has the most extra base hits on the team this year. And his OPS is over 800, which is, for a Tigers player, it's pretty solid. Okay, let's see if Gibby can get something going here. It is a lefty on lefty, but Gibby's hitting lefties well here down the stretch. And a balk! Gets Wilson to third. Oh, come on. Now all we need is Gibby to get it to the outfield, and Wilson should score. That'll do it. Fly ball to right. Wilson will tag, and he scores. Give Gibby an RBI and another safety valve run, as Eddie Miller will step up and get his first at-bat of the day, and he strikes out looking. We are going to the 9th inning. It is the save opportunity, but the lefties are coming up. So the opportunity will go to our lefty closer, lefty setup guy, and sometime a loogie, a left-handed one-out guy. But he'll get the save opportunity here. As you can see, he's been good all year, and he gets lefties out pretty well, 234 batting average against. So. Leading off is Terry Bogener. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI. Drove in the only run today. Infield single. Come on. Leadoff man is on. He's got speed, but that run doesn't matter. So we're focusing on Mel Hall, a 143 hitter versus lefties. He pops it up. Whitaker making the catch. 1 down. Pete O'Brien up next. Let's get a double play in the ball game. Striking him out. Threw that fastball right under O'Brien's wrists for out number 2, and the Rangers are down to the final out here. It is Dunbar. Infield single. Come on. That had to happen to bring up a right-hander, right? Do we let Rucker pitch to Ashford? One swing of the bat would tie it up, and that would really make me mad. You know what? We got to play the odds. I know, but we got to play the odds. We've done it all year. It has worked for us for the most part, and we're going to bring in our actual closer, Weaver, who's not been good for us down the stretch. But can he get one out? We're not going to guard the Lions. We're going to play straight away. If it's a double and those 2 runs score, we still have the lead. So here's Tucker Ashford. All we want now is to prevent a home run. Ashford, 0 for 3 to strikeout today. Fly ball to right. And the play is made by Wilson. Tigers win 4-1. Handshakes, butt slaps, slappy steaks. Shoo! All right. 3-game winning streak. We're 12-5 in the month of September, and yet we still have not gained 1 game. Baltimore has been eliminated. The White Sox have been eliminated. The Yankees still have a 5-game lead over Detroit and an 8-game lead over Boston. Boston on the verge of being toast. But things remain interesting in the West, a 3-team race. That's going to come right down to the wire. Let's take a look at the National League. New York 1.5 up on Montreal. And Cincinnati now a half game up on Los Angeles. Atlanta has fallen to 2.5 back. And, there's still 5 teams in this race. That's kind of amazing. All right, let's take a look at the headline news. The Brainiac Baseball Daily Beat. Nothing to be said about the races at all for today. Let's take a look at transactions. And nothing happened in transactions, so it was a boring day of baseball. Let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and or subscribe to the channel. I know you know that we have football season going on too. Week 2 will take place this Sunday versus the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. You can still get in on that contest. I'll put the video right here at the end. Player of the game, Whitaker hit the home run to lead off the ball game, but Greg Brock had 2 hits. He had the sac fly. I don't know. We could give it to Morris as well, getting his career-high 18th win. I think we're going to give it to Jamomo. 7 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts against a pretty horrible team, admittedly, but a good outing. Roger Weaver gets his 28th save. So I think that's what we're going to do. It's going to be Morris with the player of the game. Bryn Smith takes a loss. He's 11-12. Pitched really well after the first inning until things came off there in the 7th. So, all right. We're going to come back tomorrow with Game 3 of the 3-game series. Until then, everyone, have a great night.